As police officers, we are sworn to serve and protect the citizens of our city. We all know the inherent risk and emotional stress that comes with the job, but we are not exempt from being human and experiencing human emotion. The Aurora Police Chaplain Unit is a group of specifically trained volunteer clergy sponsored by the Aurora Police Department. The unit is comprised of men and women who have counseling and/or theological background and desire to be of whatever help they can be to members of the Aurora Police Department. Please know that they are not part of the Victim Services Unit and only assist members of the department and their families. The chaplains have gone through an interview and screening process and are approved by the Chief of Police.
All of us should feel comfortable that we can reach out to one of the chaplains just when we're having a hard time dealing with something in this business. We all know this is a tough business, and you spend any time in policing, you run into moments that linger with you. The advantage is not only the spiritual support that you might find by dealing with one of our chaplains, because they're all excellent, but the sensible guidance they can give you with how to cope with your own emotions, your memories, and how events in policing that you've experienced have troubled you.
The chaplain's main purpose is to provide spiritual and emotional support, but are not intended to replace the individual's own clergy. The chaplains make themselves available for ride-alongs accompanying officers in their particular area of service, from patrol to traffic to communications and all other units of the department.
I like to say that it takes an exceptional person to be an officer to do an exceptional job. That exceptional talent is absolutely reliant on an equal balance of physical, spiritual, and emotional kinds of activities. And at times, if we are not careful, we tend to lose that kind of a balance. And it's important for us to seek out those persons who can help keep us on the track so we don't derail.
I think one of the primary things that I find myself doing as I meet with officers is being a place where they can download the emotions, the frustrations, the things that they're dealing with. We found this particularly true at the DNC this past summer, when we were able to be there for the officers coming in off the streets. And even though we didn't have a lot of horrible kinds of things that happened, yet there were situations that they find themselves in where they need to talk through what was going on.
I just want the officers to know that I'm here. The chaplains are here for them. We really care, and we really want to help in whatever way we can.
Some of the other services provided by the chaplain unit include debriefing after a tough call, attendance at or participating in funeral planning or services for members and their families, counseling, supporting, or helping a member during the time of the death of a loved one, hospital visitation of members and their families, pre- and post-marital counseling, attending and participating in ceremonial functions, and assisting officers in death notifications.
You can't tell somebody what it's like to notify someone when their child's been killed in a car accident. You can't explain some of the horrible things that we face as cops. But the chaplains, because they ride with us, because they deal with the repercussions of those things in their profession, they have a way of understanding what we have, and they have the tools and the counseling and the training to be able, and the heart, to be able to help us get through those circumstances. And so, personally, part of my appreciation for the chaplains is just that they have a way of understanding that.
When I got to the hospital when Mike Thomas had died, this is the first time I had experienced this as a chief, and so many thoughts and so many emotions, struggling with my own emotions about how to deal with the loss of Mike and my role as a chief. What am I supposed to do? And I was really at a loss for a while, and Jim Henderson grabbed me at one point at the hospital and just took me to a room, and we just sat and talked about what I needed to do as a chief and how I was coping. And that extra gesture on his part to spend time with me and think about me got me sort of righted in terms of where I was at. And it helped me cope with my responsibilities and at the same time the loss I felt for the department.
Officers need to have a place where they can come and unload and not be afraid of judgment or of someone reporting them or any of the other things that are involved in that. To me, confidentiality is one of the greatest things that our chaplains unit has to offer to the officers and their families.